I'm Cass Turnbull. I'm speaking to you from Plant Amnesty with our short subject videos. Today we're going to talk about your pruning tools. For sure, you want to bypass pruner like this. This is only one kind. This is an Okatsuni. But ARS has a good one, Felco has a good one, and a few other companies. You want to buy the most expensive one you can find because it's the quality of the steel. This will last for a long time. And I'm a lazy gardener. I don't want to have to sharpen every 15 minutes. I want to sharpen when my cuts start to tear the bark. That's when I know it's time to sharpen. There are different people that have different levels of, obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm more on the other end of the scale. When they do get dull, and you notice that, you want to sharpen them. There are lots of different sharpening tools. I use this. It's a bastard file or a rat tail file. And it's better to have one that has just lines on it that go one way instead of cross hatching. You get a slightly better effect that way. When you sharpen, you want to sharpen only one side of the tool. You want to sharpen exactly the same angle that it came from the store, so you have to look closely. One of the mistakes people make is they kind of go to sleep and they round off the tip. And you want to make that tip really sharp. You're going to be doing most of your pruning with the tip, and not so much with back in here, although you will be doing some. Some people sharpen going this way. I was taught not to do that around a classroom because the kids might hurt themselves. So I'm just very carefully gonna use the same angle it came on. There's a nice little hole where I tried to cut the wire. And you do that for just a while. So if you keep it pretty sharp, you don't have to do it that often. And then you flatten out the burrs on the back. Don't sharpen at an angle, just flat. Same way with this, don't sharpen this end. And there you go. So how often do I do that? The other tool that you use is a folding saw. You want something that folds so you don't hurt your self or your truck upholstery. And we generally like something that's in a crescent like this with a very skinny tip, because you prune on sometimes it's just the very tip if you're doing proper cuts. This is a tri-faceted blade. People call them a Japanese style blade or an ARS type blade. This tool almost put my Loppers out of business when they invented the tri-faceted blade because it cuts so fast. This is a pretty big one. Even the littler ones cut so fast, and in fact they're so sharp they're almost dangerous. I've had some injuries. What else? This cannot be resharpened. Because it's tri-faceted, you'd have to spend a lot to have somebody do it the right way. You replace the blade, or better yet, don't make it dull. Do not use this to cut roots or cut close to the dirt. So when one of these goes dull, I write roots on it, on the handle, and then it's my root saw. I use it when I'm transplanting. This never touches soil. What else do you have? You have your loppers, and you're going to want your rubber lopper bumpers so you don't wreck your hands doing this all day. This is not so much for pruning because it doesn't make so much with the good cuts. It is for cutting down brush and for when you can't reach that very highest place. What else about it? And you also want to spend the largest amount of money that you can possibly imagine spending, because it's all about the quality of the tool. I use homeowners tools, and I don't know how they do it, how they prune with those. Same deal with the sharpening. You use your file to get the same angle that you had before. An important thing about tools is what Mr. Natural said: use the right tool for the job. And the mistake people make is they try to use their muscle to make the cut, and then they wind up wrecking their tool and wrecking their hands. When you feel yourself struggling to make a cut, get the next biggest tool, which is why you want to put your handsaw in your back pocket so you have it right with you. You want to keep your hand pruner in your holster so you have it with you at all times. You know, I use my hand pruner for things like cutting around sprinkler heads and stabbing into bags of soil because I can sharpen it. So having your tools with you is really very important. Anyway, the same deal, and you smooth it out on the back. Sharp tool makes the job go a lot faster. Go back and get the next biggest tool. And if none of those will work, there's the Arborist Saw. Same idea, tri-faceted blade. And arborists use these, guys who do big trees. I remember when I first heard about these, I thought, well, haven't they heard they've invented the chainsaw? But actually, they prefer these because you get better cuts. It cuts so fast. And the nice thing about them is they always start. First time, every time. That's it for Pruning Tools. Be sure to visit the Plant Amnesty website, pick up our book, pick up the pruning topics, check out the other videos on the Plant Amnesty YouTube channel, or contact plantamnesty.org on the interweb. Net.